2022 and the beginning of 2023, we're expecting things to remain pretty stable at a 6 to 5% increase for the year. Now, the many insurance carriers adjust their rates every quarter. And obviously, just because they're just adjusting their rates every quarter, this does not mean that your rates are adjusting every quarter. It's a way to look at the accumulative period of a 12-month period and see what the rates are going to be for the next quarter, or the increases are going to be for the next quarter. Let me break that down so that it doesn't sound like Chinese, because I know for many of you that probably didn't make any sense whatsoever. Let's say that you renewed January 1st, 2022, and you received a standard 5 to 6% increase. And that renewal is locked in generally for 12 months. Your rates will stay exactly the same until next January, which is coming up. Of course, there are other groups that renew throughout the year. It's not just January 1st renewals. There's February and March and April, May, all of the months of the year, there's renewals every single month. Come Q2, the insurance company will adjust their rates and they have to update all the agencies, the Department of Insurance and the state in which they are selling insurance, and they increase them 1, 2, 3% usually. It really does vary, but if Aetna stays on this track of this 4%, that means that a year from now, everyone that's renewing next fourth quarter, they will be getting a 16% increase, which is pretty significant. And we've got Anthem Blue Cross. Anthem is coming in at about a 1%. This is 1% per quarter. For PPO, it's 1.5%. For HMO, it's about 0.09%. So it's extremely low. It's basically a rate pass for their HMOs. So we can expect very low increases for HMOs in the next, 6 to 12 months for Anthem Blue Cross. Their PPOs are coming in at about 1.5%, so that's 4, 5, 6%, which is right in line with what our projections are for the near future of 2023. Now we've got Blue Shield. Blue Shield has had relatively low rates, below Anthem's for quite some time in most places. And we're starting to see that flip. Anthem was about 5%. We watched them just slowly catch up to Blue Shield. So Blue Shield was, at some point, was 20% less than Anthem when they went through all their rate adjustments several years ago. And every year we've seen, okay, now it's not at 20%, then it was 15%, then it was 10%, and it's been 5%. So if these changes continue, we're going to see Anthem and Blue Shield just neck and neck on most plans going forward in 2023. Average rate increase for Blue Shield is 2.7. Average increase for Blue Shield is 2.7% for PPO, 3.6% for HMO. So we're going to see about 12% increases with PPO, HMO, about 10, 11% increases there with Blue Shield. That is what is expected at this point. CalChoice, if you have CalChoice, it just all depends on which carriers you offer within CalChoice. CalChoice is a company where you can offer multiple carriers under one kind of broker carrier. It's built like an exchange. Then we've got Cigna. So Cigna, there is a rate pass for all new business, average 1.5 to 2% rate increase on the EPO and PPO plans in California. Cigna and Oscar has been just great rates, great administration. They're just knocking it out of the park. Been doing a really great job. And Kaiser has rate passes. There is some update in here from HealthNet as well, but I removed it because it didn't list what their quarter rate adjustments are. I couldn't figure out if it was 0% or not, but HealthNet usually falls somewhere in between Blue Shield and Anthem, somewhere around there. Average quarterly and rate annual increases in SoCal for United Healthcare. Q4 HMO plans went up 1%, Q4 PPO plans went up 2.5%, and the annual rate of change for PPO is 0.5%. Annual rate of change for HMO is 1.1%. Something to keep in mind here as well, so you'll be seeing this, and perhaps you get your renewal in Q4 and it's with United Healthcare and you got a 5 or 4% increase. You go, what the heck? Melissa said that this is the average annual rate. So this is average for their entire portfolio of PPO and their entire portfolio of HMO. Also, this does not include rate adjustments for age. So if you are an employer who has great retention, which many of my clients do, I mean, employees love the people I work with and nobody ever wants to leave. So every year, that's a great thing because you have low turnover and there's lots of costs associated with turnover, and employee retention is a wonderful thing to have. The downside to it is that every year your rates go up for your insurance because your employees are all 1 year older. So someone, over a 10-year period, your average age was 30. Well, in 10 years, your average age is going to be 40. So there's always about 2, 3, sometimes even 5%, depending on your age demographics, cost at your renewal for the ages. Even if your plan only went up, let's say 1%, because your ages went up in your population, there's probably going to be another about 3% added in there for those age increases. One more thing. If you're a client, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate all the testimonials that have been rolling in. Also, if you're not a client, I have a link down below for an application, a questionnaire. Once completed, we can hop on the phone together, probably about a 30-minute phone call to see if I can help you. Again, I appreciate you hanging out until the end, and I'll see you next time.